Hello, everybody, and welcome. It's Patrick Prohaska, and I'm really happy to have all of you here with me today because I am in the mood to celebrate. I'm doing the soft launch for my brand new website, and the address for the new website is directly above my head. And I'm really happy with what I produced. I think this is going to really inject a lot more life and excitement and vibrancy into the work I've been doing. So I want to share it all with you today, and then I want to get into live callers. I want to get into some energy work. I want to get into whatever it is you need in order to lift your spirits and get you through the week and make you uh, in the mood to celebrate along with me. So a couple of notes really quickly about the website. Some of you are probably already typing it in and going there right now. This is a completely brand new website. So if you try to log into this website using your username and password from Lightbridge Academy, it's not going to work. So I will be sending out for everybody over the course of the next week or 10 days or so instructions on how to join the site and set up a new password and have access to your courses. So don't expect that to happen today. It will happen soon. And then the second thing that's really important to say about it is this is a soft launch. The old website, in fact, both of my old websites, my personal website and Lightbridge Academy, are both going to continue to function for at least a couple of months. And it's better for you to use those websites than the new website for most things that you're going to do. So I want to create a smooth transition rather than a big jerk. And then you'll notice that the website has my Kajabi in it right now. Eventually, probably in October, sometime around my birthday, I will switch the domain so that patrickprohaska.com will go to this new website. And when that happens, just one caveat, when you switch a domain like that, sometimes there's disruption for a day, and that disruption could possibly include my email account. So when we get to that, we'll just deal with that when the time comes. So everybody, please just set aside anything that's distracting you, and we're going to get connected up here so we can do some energy work. So please make sure you're in a very safe and comfortable place with no distractions. Please let go of anything that might draw you away from our connection. Please, no driving, no cooking, no chopping vegetables, nothing potentially dangerous. And now allow me to connect energetically with you and with your higher self. Beautiful. Now, everybody, please take a very big breath and hold it for a moment, a very deep breath way down in your lungs. And release when you're ready. I need to send a wave of energy into the throat chakra of a lot of people because it's like really clamped down for some of you. So just want to balance out this energy a little bit first. Okay, beautiful. So the last week or so, I have been in a state of emotional turmoil, and there's all sorts of stuff coming up from my past, all sorts of traumas that I've like pushed aside and ignored, or I thought I had dealt with and moved on, that have been like erupting to the surface in the last few days. And yet, even though I'm in that state of darkness from time to time, I am really in the mood to create a fresh new start and to celebrate. So the first thing I want to work on with people is an ability to recognize when one part of your life is out of balance, or if there's pain in one arena of your life, you don't need to allow that pain to eclipse all of the good stuff that's going on in the rest of your life. That's normally what happens. When we as human beings are in pain, quite often we get tunnel vision, and the only thing we can see is the pain in front of us, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, or some other kind of pain. And therefore, we tend to lose our connection, we lose our joy that's inhabiting the other parts of our life. And I want to begin with clearing away, or at least expanding, that tunnel vision. So when you have chaos or disorder or some sort of painful energy in one arena of your life, it doesn't completely and utterly blind you to all of the good that you have going on in the rest of your life. So everyone, please just simply allow this awareness to begin to emerge within you, a deeper awareness and expansion of your perspective. This is how to and what it feels like to process the painful energies that need to be processed, and yet still be deeply, deeply appreciative and in gratitude for all the things that are going well in your life. And I can pretty much guarantee you that for each and every one of you on this call, even when you feel like you're in your darkest hour, there are bright and shining things in your life that you can receive joy from if you would only pay attention to them. So we want to just allow that to emerge within you now. Because for me personally, I've got this deep, rich excitement about the direction my career is going in, and building this new website and starting new writing projects and all the other stuff that's really exciting right now. And yet had this like horrific emotional pain, and I had some very distressing financial news erupt out of nowhere. And neither of those, even though years ago those would have like brought me down for a week, neither of those was enough to derail the pleasure I'm receiving right now in like processing this new course, or the new direction that I have for my career. So everyone, take a really deep, deep breath and hold it for a moment, and release when you're ready. Okay, and then I want to address a closely related concept that I think a lot of you already know, but we tend to forget from time to time. And that is that the human brain itself, the human psyche, is created by design with a slightly negative bias. The brain is designed to react to and predict dangers so that you can protect yourself. So your subconscious mind at all times is constantly scanning your environment for dangers so that you can either be ready for them or you can respond instantly when they emerge. So the negative mind, or the subconscious mind, has this slight negative bias where it's constantly in expectation of danger to emerge. And that's necessary. It was necessary through human evolution in order to protect you from the dangers of the world that you live in. And right now, at this moment in human history, that built-in design is going haywire for people. And we are constantly being bombarded with news about threats and different things to be scared of, and the horrible things other people are doing, and 25,000 different conspiracy theories that nobody has verified, and all the rest of it. We are having that natural negative bias of the brain just hyper stimulated with the list of the 50,000 things you need to live in fear of. And I want to disconnect as much as possible people from that energy right now. And be careful about what you hear me saying here. I'm not saying that there is no legitimacy to a lot of the threats that you hear about in the world. What I'm saying is that your sense of threat is probably hyperstimulated right now. So, in addition to responding to legitimate threats, you're also responding to illegitimate or non existent threats. And those non existent threats are distracting people from the real threats that need attention. and what you do is you verify. So please just kind of work with me here to kind of scour out a lot of that hypersensitivity and hyperstimulation of the fear centers and the threat centers and the danger centers in your brain. Because remember, by the law of attraction, you create your experience in the world through your thoughts, beliefs, judgments, and expectations. And if you are living in the expectation that there is danger everywhere, that is what you will create for yourself. Beautiful. We want to clear that out for people. And one of the solutions, one of the remedies for this is to maintain your ability to be consciously aware of all the good things that are going on in your life, to have gratitude and appreciation for all the joyful things in your life. So when you are confronted by a threat that needs attention, you can do so with this core energy of strength that you draw from your gratitude for those positive things. So we just want to set this up for everyone, because if you're hypersensitive and hyper reactive, and it just, when a threat does emerge, you're too worked up to actually respond with grace and ease. This is all about just creating an energy of grace and ease for everyone. And with this, hand in hand goes a deeper sense of perspective. And when you have perspective, you begin to see things in their proper scale. And you recognize that a lot of the things that you're completely wound up about are actually fairly insignificant and minor. And there are other things that are vitally important that you're ignoring and you're minimizing and pushing aside. So we all do this as human beings. We blow little things out of proportion and we ignore the big things until it's too late to do anything about it. And I'm helping generate a sense of perspective here and discernment for everyone. So everyone take a really, really deep breath and hold it for a moment. And release when you're ready. Okay, so I do want to move into taking some callers here in just a second. And for everybody that calls in, for everyone who I call upon, and I might not get to everyone, and I apologize to you if I don't, I would like for you to identify something in your life right now worth celebrating. So if you were to have a party for yourself today, what would you be celebrating? And if there's nothing, then find something, because there's always something to celebrate. So we'll just kind of ease into that. So before I do that, I just want to take a quick moment to give you a glance at the new website. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. You can go to the website itself. I'll talk a little bit more about the website towards the end. I think I'm just being directed to just dive directly into the callers. And the very first hand that went up when I first joined the call belongs to, it says Jimmy to go. So Jimmy, I've got you unmuted on my end. You might be muted on your end. Hello.
Hey, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yes. Hi, welcome.
Hey, thanks. I pressed early, hoping to get on.
Yeah, you were the first. Yeah, you're ahead of the curve.
Well, on the good aspect is everything is okay. I don't watch TV, so I don't get caught up, and I
Oh
don't
my
go on the
gosh.
computer.
Mm, mm.
So there's a Walmart across from me, and I don't know of one single incident where I live ever taking place with all this that's going on. Everyone's cooperative, everybody's pleasant, and so I'm very grateful for my environment, with the house, the mobile home I live in. But it's a manufactured home. Um,
Awesome.
so everything's great that way. The reason I pressed early, what I was hoping for a little relief, is somehow I picked up a stomach virus, and it hit me on Friday night, which was a pretty rough night, and Saturday wasn't too much better. I seem to be coming out of it, but
Mm-hmm.
I still have a lot of cramping. So I feel like I'm getting there. But I was hoping, of course, it would come on a
Yeah.
Friday night,
Yeah.
which is just fate where there's no one you could run to.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I
So
was hoping for. Go ahead.
absolutely. So would you mind if I waited to the end of the call to do a physical healing? Do you need to leave early today? The
No,
call
no,
should
I'm
be
good.
about 75 minutes at most, an hour
No,
to.
I always stay on.
Okay,
What I wanted to say
beautiful.
was, I've been asking God to move energy in me, whatever He wants to do, but I didn't. I was hoping
Uh-huh.
this wasn't the way. This
Well, you know,
wasn't what I was looking
here's
for.
the thing. When you begin to move energy, other things that block that energy need to be pushed out of the way sometimes. And that's possibly what's happening right now. Now, one of the ways to push out energy that's blocked and needs to be moved is to pick up a virus. So the universe kind of plays along by giving you something that fits a purpose, and you can either perceive it as, oh my God, I got sick, what a bad thing, or you can perceive it as the universe playing along in the most efficient way to get your energy to start moving in a way that is freeing for you. So
Well,
yeah,
hopefully that's the case. And I
hopefully.
wear my mask and I sanitize and I spray with alcohol. So I
Yeah.
couldn't imagine how this could have gotten in. I mean, I'm really not
Hmm.
fanatic, but almost fanatic, to be
Hmm.
diligent about it. And
Hmm.
I don't know how it could have happened, but,
Yeah.
it's not the
Well,
end of the world. It's just unpleasant.
awesome. So I will do a physical healing at the end of the call, because generally what happens is if I do a physical healing at the beginning of the call, the next caller also has a physical thing they want to work on, and then you end up doing the physical healing 5 times, 6 times in an event, and it just eats up
Well, I'm
all
not
the
going
time.
anywhere because I don't feel good.
Beautiful. I'll
So
do it
I'm
at
with
the
you to
end.
the end. I
Okay,
appreciate
awesome.
it. Thanks.
Thank
Good to talk to
you.
you.
It is wonderful to talk to you, and I'm going to put you back on mute, and I'm going to unmute Jesse.
Good morning. How are
Hi,
you?
how are you doing?
Good, thanks. Yeah, I was thinking I was actually helping. The beauty is we've got amazing flowers. So it's I think the 1st of September tomorrow. That's our spring.
Hmm.
Just the beautiful flowers around us at the moment.
Beautiful. Let's celebrate springtime for everybody, or the coming of spring. So you're in Australia, just so everyone else knows.
Yes, yes.
And so you're moving into the warmer season right now. So, what can I help you with today?
I was helping someone else put up a shade cloth structure yesterday, but I find I do stuff, but I don't actually do things well. And the same with throughout my life, like never had money to to pay someone else to do stuff, but I do it. I have a go. So it's functional as far as I'm concerned. It doesn't look pretty, but I was realizing that. As kids, we had to do like adult um, work. And
Hmm.
so I'm wondering whether there's the energy there of never doing it, like as kids trying to do what
Hmm.
adults should be doing.
Okay, so let's work on a couple of broad themes. First of all, for everyone in the call, this is applicable to everyone, and then we'll narrow in a little bit. So the first thing I want to help you with is to clear away any and all belief systems anywhere and everywhere you have decided or somebody else has told you that you're not good at anything. Let's get the truth about that and clear that away. Let's get the truth as understood by your higher self, because your higher self eternally lives in an energy of confidence, even if you yourself don't share that energy of confidence. So the higher self knows what your talents are, it knows what you're good at, and it knows that you are good at lots of things, more than you've ever given yourself credit for. So anywhere and everywhere somebody else has told you and you believed it, or you've decided for yourself that you're simply not good at doing things, let's shift that right now. And we want to shift it in a way that isn't arrogant. It's not, I'm the greatest who's ever done this, or it's not, look at me, I'm such an artist at this. It's just basic confidence that you are competent at the things you set your mind to do. Okay. Beautiful. And then what I'm picking up with you is this really interesting, like ironic twist to that, which is the feeling that the things that you're interested in doing, you're not so good at. If you were good at doing them, they would be easy for you, they would bore you, and so you don't do those things. So I want to shift that dynamic. Is that making sense?
Yes, perfectly.
Yeah, there's this, like if you were to join a university today and try to figure out what to study, the things that you were really proficient at would just bore you and you would never want to study them. And you would choose for you challenging things because you don't know them very well, but then at the same time, you'd be criticizing yourself for not being good at them already. So let's kind of shift that for you and for everyone else. Just bring in a deeper sense of appreciation and joy for the things that you're good at doing so that you don't get bored whenever you do them because they're too easy for you. And then a recognition that you can have that level of confidence and competence in other arenas of your life as well. Okay, and so we're just simply allowing this knowledge as it's understood by your higher self to emerge in your current egoic persona. So you can begin to live it and feel it and experience it daily. Okay, beautiful. So Jesse, was that helpful?
Yes, very much so. Thank you.
Awesome, beautiful. So I'm going to put you back on mute, and then we're going to go. It looks like Stacy F. And yeah, there
Hi,
you go.
Patrick.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. My happy thing would be that I gratefully work from home being self-employed, so I don't have to go out.
That is awesome. I'm with you. As everyone knows, I work from home as well, and I love it. So
Yeah, I wouldn't do it any other
beautiful.
way.
Hmm.
When you first started talking about the emotional turmoil you're going through, that just struck a nerve and brought tears to my eyes because I have been stuck in this for the last week and a half, just
Hmm.
emotional and crying over silly things. Oof, sorry.
Yeah.
um, and it, I don't know. I'm going through some stuff with when I was a kid and being
Yeah.
angry with my parents finally, and it just won't go away, and I can't find a happy place for it.
Yeah.
So I'm just stuck there. So I'm just going to throw that at you.
Okay. Well, let's do a purge for everyone on the call because I don't think that you and I are unique right now in
Yeah.
this group. We all have this just bubbling undercurrent of pain that needs to be released, and for a lot of us, um, it's not apparent. It's not like sharp enough. It's not strong enough for us to pay attention to it, to release it. So it just
Mm,
kind of simmers there under the surface, and then every now and then it rises up and it just kind of overwhelms you, but then it doesn't get released.
right.
So what I want to do for everyone is create a stronger, more vibrant pathway for you to actually release the energy as you're feeling the energy. So most of us, for whatever reason, it's like a really common condition that we have. We we get into emotional states where we should be releasing energy, but we're actually not releasing anything at all. So I know a lot of people, and I myself years ago was in this camp as well, where I would get all worked up and I'd like scream and shout, or I'd break something, or I'd cry. I'd just cry my eyes out. And yet, even though that is supposed to be a venting and purging action, I wouldn't release anything at all. And the reason I wouldn't release it is because it served me in some way. So I would go through the motions of releasing it, but still hold on to it instead of letting it go. And one of the reasons people do that is because it feels, you're not doing this, I should say.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
this is not you.
Okay.
One of the reasons people do this is because it feels really, really good to vent. It feels really good to vent. And therefore, in order to have that joyful, pleasant experience of venting, they hold on to the things that they should be letting go of so they can continue venting. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
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 So what a lot of people do is they vent without releasing anything, and that way they can vent over and over and over and over again until they're bored with it, and then finally let go of it. So I'm
Yeah.
talking about the type of person, the type of personality who gets like really angry about something and will go to one friend and just really lay into them and talk about this horrible thing that happened to them. And it looks like they're venting, but then they start over from scratch with the next friend that they encounter, and they do it over and over and over again through the day. That's venting without releasing. So I want to clear that away for everyone in order to open up the more important thing, which is the pathway to actually purge and release whatever it is that needs to be let go of. And usually what stands in the way, it's your ego, because your ego simply doesn't like to let go of things. The ego does not like change. We want to console the ego and simply allow it to release all of the clutter, the emotional clutter, the old grudges from years ago that you can do absolutely nothing about. There's nothing you can do to change those hurts from childhood except let go of them. They don't serve you. I want to clear away the whole catalog of all of the things that you wish you could have said to your mother or your father or somebody else who hurt you, all of the things that you would say to them now if you encountered them, but you can't. So just clear all that away because it's simply not serving you. Okay. And I want to round out this cleansing and this opening of that new pathway to actually release things, finally, let go of them for good, with a clearing away of any and all residual energy of grudges that you're holding on to. Okay, so grudges are extremely disempowering because whenever you have a grudge, you're essentially in the energy of, I cannot be happy until that person over there suffers in some way. So, or they apologize to me. And when you're in the energy of your happiness being dependent upon somebody else having a negative experience, you've actually given them your power.
Yeah.
They're in control of your happiness at that point. So let's just kind of clear all of that residual grudge energy away. And the willingness to create grudges where if somebody insults you, just want to just develop a stronger ability to just kind of let it go, let it wash over you like duck feathers, water on a duck. Okay, beautiful. Take a deep breath and hold it for a moment. Then release when you're ready. How are you feeling?
Much more calm. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. And now we're going to go to Christy. So Christy, I've unmuted you.
Thanks. Hi, Patrick.
Hi. How are you doing?
Excellent. Thank you very much. It's a good day to celebrate with you. I'm really excited for all the work you've been doing.
Awesome. Thank you. My
Yeah.
computer froze for a second, so I probably looked funny as you were saying that.
Nope, it was
Oh,
okay. And what
okay,
I am
awesome.
thoroughly celebrating today was just yesterday, I was able to get a new porch swing and one of those hammock seats
Hmm.
for myself in the new house we're just renting. But my son helped me put them up this morning and they are fabulous. And I'm so excited to get to use them. So,
Awesome. Wow.
yeah.
Christy, I want to say that one of the things that I really, really love about you is your ability to see the positive in things and to have, you have such an energy of positive expectations. Even when you're going into something challenging and difficult, you have
Yeah.
this ability to just assume that everything is going to work out in the end, no matter what happens. I love that
Thanks.
about you, and I want to share that with everyone else. Kind of spread it around as an
Thank
energetic
you.
imprint for everybody. So it's gonna,
Well,
yeah.
you're giving me chills saying that. So thank you so much. That's a real gift.
Hmm. What can I
So
help you with?
what I would love some help with is I'm just really noticing in myself yesterday and today in particular, kind of some beliefs and just feeling super stuck around some stuff with money and expansion there. I don't know if it's a belief of I'm a woman and I just can't make that much in my own
Mhm.
business, or um, it's hard
What
to know
you're
money and it's not fun or whatever, something
Mhm.
like that. Are you getting it?
Yeah, no, you're very perceptive. You're
Okay.
very in tune with yourself. And what I'm really picking up loud and clear is a feeling that there is some sort of ceiling for you. And the ceiling
Ooh.
is there. I know this sounds like a cliche with the glass ceiling and everything, but it's like there's a certain limit that you're not allowed, there's a certain threshold that you're never allowed to pass. And the
Mm.
reason you have a threshold and other people don't is because you've been told things, you've been taught things, you've picked up things about how like a woman's income is supplemental to a man's. And
Mm.
I know you reject that. You don't believe that consciously now, but I can feel like in your subconscious belief matrix, there's a whole set of arguments around sure, women can work and women can build careers for themselves, but it's always supplemental. Does that make
Yeah,
sense? Just want to
absolutely.
clear that for everybody, men and women on the call, anywhere and everywhere, you have decided or believed that a woman's income is secondary, it's supplemental, it's icing on the cake, it's like humiliating for a husband to have a wife earn more money, anything at all. Let's just kind of clear that away. And I can see like this really crystal clear set of belief systems that have like a worldview attached to them. And the worldview is that in the ideal family, which you kind of want to be a part of, it's
Hmm.
there's the man who earns the money for the household and pays all the basic bills, and then the woman's income covers all of like the frilly stuff, all of the luxury items, all of
Hmm.
the icing on the cake, as I was saying. I just want to strip that out for everyone because that is wildly limiting for everyone, both men and women, to have that viewpoint. So just clear all that out for you. And so we simply want to replace all of those belief systems with a different vision of women in the workplace and how your money is every bit as valuable as the money a man would make. And therefore, you don't have that threshold anymore that you're not allowed to go past. And the feeling that I have is like when you approach that threshold, when you like rise in your career to a point where you're really going to kick in the big bucks, you decide to move on to something else. And you kind of
Hmm.
reset. You hit the reset button and you choose a different career and you start over from scratch. And then when you hit that threshold again, you shut it down and you move on to the next thing. So I want to clear that pattern for you. Is that making sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Okay, while we're on it, I wanted to just do like this wave, this massive wave of energy to clear away anything and everything else that you feel is a limitation that exists only because you're a woman.
Okay.
So anything and everything that you have been told or you believe that you're not allowed to do because that is the men's arena,
Mm.
or you're not allowed to do it unless the man you're connected to is also doing it and doing it better than you. Anything at all like that, just wash it away. And I know that I'm talking in terms of like a heterosexual married dynamic and so forth. There are a lot of gay people on this call right now and just want to whatever is beneficial in this for you, I want that to soak into you as well. Okay, beautiful. How are you feeling?
This is amazing, and I
Something
really
is going
appreciate
on
it.
because I am burning right now. It's like my whole body is suddenly on fire. That
Wow.
something is being burnt off in me, and I think
Mm.
every several other people as well right now. I can feel it. Wow.
Thank
Makes me
you.
want to go turn up the air conditioning. Okay, well, thank you, Christy. I'm going to put you back on mute, and then we are next going to go to Diana. Um, So Diana, there's something special about the way you're set up. So I need to promote you in order to hear you.
Hi,
Hi, how are you doing?
it's great to see you.
Awesome. Yeah, it's great to hear you.
I don't know what would I need to do to make it show me?
I'm not quite
Yeah,
sure what's going on. You're kind of caught in this limbo between being a panelist and an attendee. So we'll
it
just,
says
yeah,
there's a thing for start video that was off, and
sure.
then it says I can't start my video because the host has stopped it.
Yeah, no, it's weird. You're like caught in this limbo for some reason, but we'll just let go of that for now and dive into whatever it is you'd like to work on. But no,
Right.
first, what are you joyful about?
Oh, I'm pretty joyful today. Yesterday was my birthday, and I got some great phone calls, and also that the way Facebook is set up, you know that your friends know it's your birthday and they write you that day. That's really a cool thing about Facebook.
Mhm.
Um, and another thing I'm really happy about is that after 3 years of fear and bringing up all my stuff that I could possibly deal with at the time, I now have a house in
Mm,
a town that's good for me and
awesome. That's
support
good.
system. And my sons and their families are 70 miles away. So,
Wow,
yeah,
awesome. It's good to
I'm
be
really grateful.
supported. So I see that you wrote a couple of questions in as well. So you asked, what does My Kajabi mean?
Yeah.
And My Kajabi, Kajabi is the name of the platform that I'm using for the new website. And eventually that will go away and it will just be patrickprohaska.com. But for now, it's My Kajabi because that's the system that I'm using.
Oh, it's not a special
No,
word.
but it looks like Merkaba, or, it looks like it could be a spiritual term of some sort.
Yeah.
Okay, and you want to talk about traumatic bonding with your mother and father? Is that what you want to?
Well, yes, and I've worked on it for many years. And I was thinking the lady that talked at first about how, um, and my mind's going blank about how she didn't. Boy, it's really funny how it's going blank.
Yeah,
Um,
that could be a blockage,
yeah, but
resistance.
basically, I was the first child, supposed to be a boy named Charles Wayne Dean Jr., not a boy, always rejected, became the family scapegoat.
Hmm.
And the parents who abused me were also they're the only people that I had, especially my father, as the male role model. And I loved him so much, even though he didn't love me, but he sexually abused me. So
Yeah.
I want to just let go of these two people as people that I need to get their
Okay.
love and approval from.
Beautiful. So here's what I'm seeing with you, and I think you and I may have talked about this once before. And so this is something that happens really commonly with victims of abuse. It's when you're a child and you're being abused and the abuse starts very, very early in your life, you don't yet have a well-formed sense of who you are as a person. So what happens as you're a child being abused, you believe that somehow abuse is built into your essence as a human being. Like
Yeah,
abuse is so normal and natural because it happened from such an early age that it's simply who you are at your core identity. And when the way I often describe it, I'm sure people will recognize this terminology I'm using. It's almost as if the trauma hasn't merely imprinted itself on your subconscious mind or in your energetic matrix, it's tattooed on your energetic matrix. So the goal that we always have is to release the traumatic imprints. And for some people, those traumatic imprints are so deeply etched into their persona that it's almost like a tattoo on the skin. And with the tattoo, you have to like burn it off to get rid of it. So we don't need to burn it out of you. It doesn't need to be painful like a tattoo removal. What we need to do is like directly focus on you at your core identity, who you are as an individual. And the first thing I want to do with you and for everyone else on the call, if there is some sort of belief that you have about yourself, that you believe it's simply who you are, and you would not recognize yourself if you didn't have it, I want to just bring in the opposite knowledge of that, the recognition that you are not your trauma. You are not the bad things that happened to you. If somebody abused you as a child, that is something that happened. It is not who you are at your core. Just bring in the ability to recognize the difference between something that happened to you and who you are at your core as an individual being in this universe. Beautiful. Now, the fact that something happened, it happened to you, that's because of energetic imprints that you carried with you into this lifetime. Because nothing ever emerges out of a vacuum. Everything that happens is preconditioned in some way. But those preconditions are not you. They are just energies that you had, that you carried with you into this lifetime when you were born. And one of those energies, very clearly with you, is the feeling that you simply are a mistake. And the message you got from your parents when you were a child was, oh my God, you're a girl, you're a mistake. We're going to tolerate you. We're going to put up with you. We're going to allow you to live with us because what choice do we have? But we're going to let you know that you're a mistake. So I want to strip all of that out right now and bring in a recognition that that's something that happened to you. It's not who you are. You are not a mistake. So you can begin to release that trauma finally, once and for all, forever. Okay, and just kind of easing out a number of other like related things as well. Just, we don't need to go into them here, and just see like all sorts of belief systems just kind of flitting by right now. Okay, and for you, I'm just going to set this up as something that will continue to unroll for the rest of the day. So please take a very, very deep breath and hold it for a moment. And release when you're ready. Yeah. And you
The
know,
first woman, you were telling her that the things she was good at, she felt were boring. Kind of like me with the people that already like me, you know, that I don't have to try harder with to be more.
Yeah.
That I took them as boring.
Wow. Well, here, let me, yeah, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Just want to honor you for that. Okay, so let me put you back on mute. How are you feeling, by the way?
Thank you so much. A lot more peaceful.
Awesome. Thank you. So I'm putting you back on mute, and then we are going to look at maybe 2 more callers, and then I'm going to talk about a couple of other things here. So next, we are going to go to Kathleen. Hi, Kathleen. I've unmuted you here.
Hi, Patrick.
Hi.
Well, I would like to celebrate that we're having one of the top weather days of the year. It's just
awesome.
So yes. And so I appreciate your talking about the pain that somehow is getting triggered, because I had 2 separate occasions in the last 3 days. One was a friend and the second was a family member, where I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure if I was a catalyst or a scapegoat, but it really didn't do anything. And all of a sudden, like a tsunami of that person's pain got triggered and just came at me. And it's just like, wow, it was super intense. And then it just triggered a ton of pain in me. And so I just don't know what's going on.
Wow. Is that something that happens often?
Not like this, no.
Okay, so to me, it feels like an isolated incident. It doesn't feel like a pattern with you. I think it was just a moment of overwhelm.
Oh, because it was 2 separate people on 2 different days.
People. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's turning into a pattern.
Oh, good.
It feels like, okay, so let's do for everyone on the group right now, because here's what's going on in the world around us. A lot of people are on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Let's put it that way. So there
Okay.
are lots of people in the world right now who are on the verge of snapping if they haven't snapped already. And sometimes you get caught in their crossfire. And I just want to make it so that you can not like get swept up in their wake when they're exploding with energy. And that's kind of what's happening with you. It seems like it's not you. It's just that there's a lot of people right now who are ready to snap. Does that sound right?
It does. And then I'm in Minneapolis too, where more riots went on this week and things are really
Yeah,
volatile
things are bad
here.
in Wisconsin. Okay, so let's or Minnesota, I'm sorry. It's bad in
Yeah.
Wisconsin too. It's just as bad in
Yep.
Minnesota. So let's bring in, for everyone on the call, a deeper ability to process with grace and ease the explosive emotional energy of other people. So that when somebody you witness or somebody close to you has an emotional outburst of some sort, you don't get sucked into their vortex, you don't get pulled into their wake. And if you do, you can pull yourself out quickly and not carry their energy with you afterward. I just want to open that up for everyone. Simply allow that to emerge within you. And this is, in a sense, a variation on a lot of the work I've done in the past on being able to process empathy with grace and ease. You know, it's one thing to tap into somebody else's emotional energy and kind of feel what they're feeling. When you're doing that, when somebody is in the middle of an explosion, it can be overwhelming for you. So, okay, beautiful. Take a deep breath, Kathleen, and hold it, and everyone else, breathe deeply as well. And release. Now, there's another dimension to this for you in particular, and this might apply to other people, but there's always a feeling of when somebody else is in explosive energy that somehow their threat is directed at you personally.
Yes.
It's not like when you see somebody exploding, you don't see them explode in 3 dimensions with their anger shooting everywhere. For some reason, you see it kind of explode outward and then it just comes at you.
Right.
And so there's this built-in like overlay of their anger is about me rather than about them. So let's clear that away. And anywhere and everywhere, you've decided that when somebody is having an emotional outburst, that somehow it's directed at you rather than being all about them. Let's clear that away. And I think that's tied into a subconscious willingness left over from childhood to take on blame for things that were never your responsibility, even if you know that you don't deserve to be blamed for them. So it just seems like a lot of blame gets directed your way automatically for no good reason. It's like, why are you blaming me for this? How am I involved? So let's clear all that for you and everyone else. Okay, and then just to bring this into a more tangible field for everyone, just want to clear away for everyone who has a feeling that you have a target painted on your back. Let's remove that for you. So anywhere and everywhere you have felt or you've decided that you just naturally have a target painted on your back and negative energies are just going to automatically get directed to you, let's clear all that away. Remove the target, remove the bullseye, remove the kick me sign or however else it appears on you. Okay, was that helpful?
That was great. Awesome insights as usual. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, beautiful. I'm putting you back on mute. I'm going to take a couple more callers here. I'm going to go to Maria in Austria. Hi, Maria.
Hi. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, hi. What are you joyful about this week?
Oh, I'm so joyful. Today's my husband's birthday, and I
Okay,
am so
awesome. Happy birthday, everyone.
grateful. Thank you.
Beautiful.
And I'm so deeply grateful that yeah, for today and for him and for
Mhm.
all that was, and looking forward to many happy years together again. Yes.
Beautiful. Okay, and then what
Thank
can I
you so
help
much.
you with?
Yes, and I must thank you deeply for every single caller that was before me. I was like, oh my God, I didn't raise my hand earlier, but every single question was perfect. I could have asked every single question for my own life. So thank you so much for that. And I'm also very grateful and joyful and happy for
Beautiful.
that opportunity. And today I'd just like a little help with my cats.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, you know what?
First of
We're gonna put your cats into the healing at the end. So you're gonna get a healing for yourself, and then your cats will get a healing as well.
yeah, but it's again the same feeling that I have that they are sick because I'm not
Yeah.
doing my.
Yeah. So when I do the physical healing or the like physical, mental, emotional, whatever you need
Oh, okay,
healing at the end
okay.
of the call, you're going to get your healing and your two cats, and in
Mm.
fact the four cats, because I think you kind of
Oh yes, yes,
subconsciously
yeah,
believe that
yes,
there are other cats attached to you. All of them will get individual healings through you because you are like their caretaker.
yes.
Okay, beautiful. So thank you. So hold tight. We'll do physical healing here in just a few minutes. Okay, so I'm going to put you back on mute. And then we are going to go to medium. Medium.
Hello,
Hi.
Patrick.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Um,
How are you doing?
I am good, thank you. What I'm joyful today is just that I have a little bit more energy and I feel well, which
Beautiful.
is what I want to ask you for. If you can scan me, I have
Yeah.
episodes of like not having any energy,
Yeah.
especially in my heart.
I can already feel
Uh,
where we need to go with this. And I want to do this both for you and for everyone else who's on the call right now,
okay.
because you have this really interesting mix of energies right now, where it's like on the surface, you're kind of bright and shiny. But if you go a little bit under the surface, there's a sluggishness and a
Mhm.
heaviness. So it's like
Yes.
you're on the cusp of bursting through into energy, and you feel more energetic than you have before, but at your core inside you there's this sluggishness that's like really dense and slowing you down. So let me do
Yes.
a kind of a clearing of that sluggishness right now. And I think the reason this is coming up is because I can also feel other people on the call who have something similar or the same thing, but they are artificially pushing their way through it with maybe like energy drinks or caffeine. So I can feel that there are some people who are energetic, sluggish on the inside, and their heart is pounding right now because they have all this like artificial energy that's not true energy, and um, and that's probably from over reliance on caffeine. So let me just do a rebalancing for everyone so that you can kind of naturally have your energy flow from within rather than from the outside. And with you, you have like that surface layer of energy, but all that sluggishness and denseness inside. I'm going to balance it all out for you. Okay. There's also a feeling of inertia, a feeling that it really takes a lot of effort to get you moving. Once you finally get moving, then you have momentum and you can do things, but that initial push to get you to take the first step is where half of your energy goes. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
like it almost takes as much energy for you to get up out of bed in the morning as it is for you to do all of your morning chores.
Yes.
Yeah, let's shift that for everyone and kind of allow you to more quickly and easily and effortlessly get into your energy and momentum without having to use half of your energy stores in order to just take the first step. Okay. Okay, beautiful. So take a very deep breath and hold it for a moment, and everyone else breathe deeply as well. And release when you're ready.
Yes, and teach us, or maybe put that into the healing later on, how every morning we can recharge our bodies like you were some kind of battery or something.
Yeah, I think I want to do that I'll do that before the healing because I want that to be separate. So I'm going to add in like a sleep balancer of some sort because I can see you and other people on the call, you sleep, but you just don't refresh the way you're supposed to.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so beautiful. So let me put you back on mute. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
By the way.
Thank
And we are going to go to Alex. Where'd you go? There we go. Hi, Alex. Can you hear me? So Alex, I've unmuted you on my end. You might be muted on your end. So, and it's Alexandra. And so Alexandra, I'm just going to go, there we go. No, you muted and unmuted and then muted again. Okay, so we'll try again. And there we go. Okay, beautiful. Awesome.
Oh my God. Okay. Hi. Thank you so
Hi.
much, Michael. Hi. So I was listening. Oh yeah, I'm so grateful that I have a roof over my head that is safe and secure, and my cars are in the garage and it's safe and secure, and my dogs are well. So that's huge.
It is.
And I got my arms and legs, and I'm all good. Now, I was listening to the replay from the last Sunday gift that you did, and there was a question in it: if I could heal one thing, what would that be? And at that time, I was thinking like a physical issue, like my heart or some physical stuff. And then as I'm listening, I was walking the dogs and I'm listening. I said, I'm walking. I'm like, what is the one thing that's blocking me? And it was so huge. It was sitting on my nose. The self-esteem is nobody is blocking me. I can come out of my door anytime I want. It's like in my head.
Yeah.
That I have such a low self-esteem from my parents. I could double down on the lady before. And I gave up looping on my mother and my father, but this self-esteem issue is in me. I don't know how to get rid of it.
Yeah, let's do a healing on it right now for you because this is huge, and this is a pattern that is like really, really super common, even more common than people realize. And it's where you believe that you're not worthy of joy, you're not worthy of something, you're not good enough or to have friends. And so the feeling that goes along with that is the feeling of if your friends were to see you and interact with you, they would reject you. Other people will reject you because you're simply not good enough, as your low self-esteem is telling you. And therefore, what you do in your actions is you preemptively reject yourself. So you reject yourself so that your other friends don't have to, and therefore you stay isolated. You don't leave the home very often. So for everyone on the call right now, anywhere and everywhere you engage in the behavior of preemptive self-rejection on behalf of other people, because it would be too painful to have somebody else reject you. So you go ahead and preemptively reject yourself by not engaging in the first place. Let's clear that away as a pattern and bring in a deeper willingness to actually engage with other people with the expectation that they will love and appreciate and respect you rather than reject you. And that's like the surface expression of it. We now need to go down into the core belief, which is, I am unworthy. So just
Yeah.
let's get the truth about that as understood by your higher self, because your higher self knows, has like perfect confidence in its worthiness, even though you and your current egoic persona do not. So we want to allow that awareness from your higher self to emerge within you, that you are worthy. You're worthy of joy. You're worthy of love. You're worthy of friendship. You're worthy of respect and everything else. Okay, beautiful. And then just want to clear it away. Just want to tell the people who told you that you were unworthy when you were a child, just want to tell them to shut up. Just want to slap them in the face and say, shut up. Nobody's listening to you. Push them away, because what they told you isn't true. What they told you fit their purposes and their agenda and was their way of feeling superior and lashing out at you, but it's not true about you.
Yeah, and it's how they treated me also, not just what they said, but the treatment. They would be like shoving me, yanking me, like never played with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm reading all this psychology stuff of what you do with your children in the lockdown. And I'm reading what you're supposed to do. I'm like, are you serious? I never got that in my whole life when I was little.
And we need to just let go of that, because if you're still living that energy today, you're actively creating it for you in the future. You just want to work on letting that go. So take a deep breath and hold it for a moment. And oh wow, release when you're ready. Oh my gosh, I'm getting a surge of fire once again. It's like, why am I wearing a jacket? Okay, awesome. I'm going to put you back on mute. And do you prefer Alex or Alexandra, by the way? I'm sorry.
Alexandra.
Alexandra. Okay, I'm sorry. I was calling you.
It's okay. It's okay. I figured it was. Thank you.
Beautiful. Okay, so let me see where my glasses here. So just looking at the Q&A, I've got some people writing congratulations and awesome. I'm grateful and thankful to Almighty God that my family is safe and healthy. That is an awesome thing to be grateful for. My right leg is feeling heavy, so we'll do a little bit of healing on that in a moment. I am so happy and grateful because I have been productive in the last 3 months. Beautiful. Okay, thank you. Can we heal anger and fault finding in family? So, okay, that's huge. Okay, so I just want to, for Angela and for everyone else who's feeling like residual anger left over, just want to bring into your subconscious mind a deeper awareness that if there's nothing you can do about the things that you're angry about, the anger that you're feeling doesn't serve you, and therefore you can let go of it. Okay, and what I'm feeling is like this sense of, I can't let go of the anger because the person who I'm angry at needs to know that I'm angry. And once again, that's a way of giving somebody else power over your happiness. So leave that. And anger itself is not inherently bad. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be angry if that anger is telling you that something needs to be fixed. It's the holding on to the anger long past its expiration date that becomes unhealthy for people. So beautiful. Okay, so we are going to do a little energy healing here. I just want to continue my celebration. So a couple of things I want to say first of all. The address for the new website is above me. And please remember, this is a soft launch, meaning that my old website, both my personal website and Lightbridge Academy, are still functional, and they will continue to operate for the next couple of months. And I will be slowly transitioning everything from the old site to the new site. The new site is completely brand new on a different platform than Lightbridge Academy. And therefore, if you try to log into my Kajabi, my new site, with your old username and password, nothing is going to happen. I will be emailing you if you have taken courses before in Lightbridge Academy. I will be emailing you instructions on how to set up your account on the new platform, and then I'll load all of your courses in for you. So that's not going to happen today because it's a big project. I'll roll that out over the course of the next week or two. So just be patient with that. And then the final thing I want to say is just please, everybody, if you see a mistake, if you see something that's not working, if you see a broken link or something on my website, let me know so I can fix it, because it's a huge project. I did it 100% entirely myself, and a lot of moving parts. And I know I make mistakes, so I may have missed something here and there. So beautiful. And to celebrate the launch of my brand new website, I have myself a little bottle of rosé sparkling wine. So I am going to, before we do our little energy healing here, I'm going to pop this open and have a sip. And if you want to celebrate in your own way as well, whether it involves a sparkly beverage or a hug or something else, just yeah, you go for it. So give myself just a little sample of this. It's past noon, so I don't feel guilty doing this at all. Everybody, here's to new beginnings. Here's to fresh starts. Here's to a bright and exciting future, even if things look dark in the present moment. Here is to love, light, joy, and health for each and every one of you moving forward into the new world that we are actively creating right now. Cheers. Mm. Oh, that's pretty awesome. Okay, beautiful. So everybody, please make sure you're in a nice, safe, and comfortable place. If you're distracted by anything, please set it aside for a moment. Let's get reconnected, connect in deeper. I'm going to do 2 healings. The first healing is on your sleep patterns. And we want to rebalance your ability to sleep deeply without disruption so that you can wake up refreshed in the morning after you have slept however many hours you need in order to refresh yourself. So please say yes for that. And clear away whatever blockages are there that prevent you from sleeping deeply and getting a nice refreshed start in the morning. Okay, whether it's sleeping with one eye open or deep fear about dreams and nightmares or whatever the blockage is, let's just clear it away so that you can sleep deeply. And also, if you do wake up in the middle of the night for whatever reason, you can fall back asleep again with grace and ease. Okay, beautiful. Everyone take a deep breath and hold it for a moment. Oh, and release when you're ready. Okay, wonderful. And now take a moment to choose one specific thing that you would like to have healing energy for today. It can be physical within your body, spiritual, emotional, mental. It can even be your bank account or your car, as long as you have ownership of it. Beautiful. And let's do some, stir up some healing energy here. So please accept and receive a wave of healing energy with the awareness that this is not a magic wand. It's not a call for you to be passive in your own healing. It's a call for you to develop a deeper awareness of all the things that you can do to support this healing by taking action to actualize it. So just allow that to emerge within you now. If there's anything energetic that can be shifted automatically through what we're doing now, let's Shift it. If there's anything in your subconscious mind that's clinging to whatever this condition is, this condition serves you in some way, let's just release all of that so you can heal the condition. And then if there's anything that you can do to actively heal yourself, any actions you can take, let's allow those to emerge within your subconscious mind. Again, one of the reasons I'm bringing that up is because in the new version of Lightbridge that I'm moving into right now, I'm kind of stripping out all of the things that invite people to be passive in their own healing. I want people to be active in your own healing. Beautiful. Everyone take a very, very deep breath and hold it for a moment. And release when you're ready. Okay, everybody. Wow. Thank you so much. It's such a joy to be with you. I'm going to play some dance music here in a little bit. This really shakes me to my core, the song that I'm going to play, and I love it. And I'm in a celebratory mood. But in the meantime, I need to shut down the recording. I just want to say thank you very much. Love, light, and joy to every single one of you. This is Patrick Prohaska from Lightbridge.